Well, we are on day 2. Haven't really did anything. I realized I like these short water pumps, but I know I don't have any pulleys for it. So, well, I got a lower one clearly, but I don't have any top ones. And we're going with the theme of using the junk I have lying around. So I'm gonna put on a long neck. I'm gonna turn these mount around. No, maybe I don't have to. We'll see how the rad fits. That's basically what I want to see. I want to see how much room we got. I do have that hearse mount on backwards, which whatever, doesn't matter. But it does push the motor ahead just a little bit. And then we can kind of start doing the math and figuring out what we are, how much we can pull out of this frame. I don't know if I'm going to get all the way there because we've got that. I am probably going to be running an HEI. So, we'll make sure we got room for that. I do like my stuff pretty tight, so I'm thinking on the other car I'm gonna flip the firewall around. Hey, you're back. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. We'll do that first. See how my rad is. I don't know if I feel like working in here very late. I kind of had a late start. I've been kind of farting around with that car, trying to get her all ready. But we'll get a rough idea. By the looks of it, it's like almost a dang foot that a guy's got to take out of there. I'm thinking I got to take out this much of the frame, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm just going to start by getting that mocked up. We'll place our rad, see how nice we like that. And if that's all situated good, then we have a good starting point for our chassis there. Right? A good point for where we're going to shorten it. All right? Sound like a plan? Yeah? All right. Man, that is close, but I think I'm okay with it. I kind of lifted it up and did an eyeball whatever's level on here. And I guess that's not bad. I don't know. We can still technically fit a fan on it. It'd have to be a pretty small fan though, because the rad's pretty low. You could probably put a good electric underneath there, but it's kind of, I don't know, you kind of want to keep it centered, I would think, but either way, yeah. What would be our measurement if I put a fan on it? It wouldn't be very big, that's for sure. No, like a 10-inch fan, never. That'd be junk. But if we were to go down here, ugh, man, that is close. I wonder if I should just make more room. I don't like the electric fans on the front. I think that looks kind of ugly. If I can at least put it in the back. Although you still have the buttons through the front. Kind of noticing I like talking to myself now. Well, some of these will work okay. Look at this. This water neck would be okay. I guess I'm going to flip that mount around. I just may as well make... A feller may as well make some more room. I mean, the front is excessively long in my eyes anyways right now, but it's kind of weird. I would not mind that this was under here, but I don't want to change any of that. Again, I've never run one of these, so whatever. We'll try something different. As for this mount, I think I'm going to flip it around. We'll move the motor back a little bit. That'll move it back, I don't even know, an inch, which gives us plenty of room up in the front. I don't know if I want that much. We might be able to shuffle or do something, but it's not like I can put a mechanical fan on. I just want enough room that I can get an electric fan in there with some, not rubbing on stuff, but at least we can kind of centralize it so it does something. So let's do that. Yeah, it's not too late. We will spin those around. We'll get an idea. It's getting close to the weekend, so I don't know how much I want to hack this body up. I almost want to wait till the other car comes in, or the other body. This one, I don't mind what I did in the back. That's not a big deal to me, but I don't want to hack too much inside here if I don't have to right now. Not sure if you can hear me, but my Buick ate into a lot of my week, so I didn't get a lot of that teeth, had much work done to it. But it's the weekend, and now we're heading out to grab that other T, like the actual body we want to use. So yeah, come for a rip while we go pick some stuff up, right, bud? Yeah. All right, my Buick was putting on a lot of suck, so I had to kick this thing out while I did a motor swap on it. That's all good. Now we'll see what I brought home. You kind of got a little sneak peek of it. This is the T my buddy was working on. Like, he was was his project. It slowly, I don't know, I guess it fizzled out. It's got this. It's got a huge frame on it, but he was originally going to run a flathead straight 8 in it. That was his plan. I'm not. The frame, so the front of the frame's excessive. The back, I don't know, I think it's built pretty good. I dig it. I won't use it on this project, but I'm sure I'll use it somewhere. We'll have a better look at it once I get the body off. I want to get this body off, and we'll get it kind of loosely sitting on that chassis. This is the body I want to use. He kind of made himself a trunk lid, stuff like that, which is cool. So it's got the look. I think it's going to need a little more chop, but we'll see when it's on there. And then he got everything done except for the one door. So we got to do doors, latches. There's no window crank things. There's nothing really for a dash. He might have, he might not. I'll have to figure that out. That's not a big deal. But I don't know. I think it's cool. I think we're gonna make, like, I won't say a showy rod, because it's basically just slam this thing together and call her a day, but it's got some good bones to start with. I don't mind the chop, but I really like a big chop. We'll look at it. We'll see. Whatever's gonna be nice and comfortable with a lot of headroom, that's what we're gonna base this on. We don't want it to be cramped, because the most part is this will probably end up going for sale at some point, and even if I think I'm comfortable, I'm going to try to make it comfortable for regular folks. So that's the intent. Anywho, he's got a bunch more parts, so I'm going to wait till he gets all that. Like he's going to bring them. He's got some other headlights, stuff like that, so I get more headlights for my collection. He's got a couple sets of taillights. These will stay in there though. But anyways, I'm going to untie this sucker and I guess I'm going to pull that body off, end up putting it back, and then I will grab this one, set it on that chassis, and then I can figure out what to do with this chassis after. It's got these sweet long bones. It's got a banjo with juice brakes, so that's kind of cool. It's a closed drive, but I'll just convert it to an open drive and have a pretty cool diff or something. Anyways, let's move some stuff and get her done. Well, we got her in. You can see I guess he had some LeBaron seats. Maybe that'll be the seats in here, I don't know. So he kind of built himself a trunk. It's pretty good. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. It's even getting close to the proper curves in it. We got, yeah, I don't know. We got our doors. Like I say, there's no hardware. He was saying his plan was to put some bear claw latches in there, so we'll see if that's what happens yet, or I'll just get some original style, because I do like the handle on the top of the window. Because of the spring, we're going to have to cut out a bunch of this, so I think I'm going to trim this back, and we'll probably have to notch it anyways. I'm going to trim this all out, but we can use it in the other car, so I'm probably going to come there. This part isn't going to work either. Come in, cut around, probably across this, save this for the other chassis, because if a feller puts another T on that chassis, this would actually work for that. So, and then for now we're leaving those two braces, but that'll at least get the body sitting on the car. And then I'm going to proceed to up in the front on this one. I'm going to cut it anyway, so I'm going to hide a bunch of that kick in there. But it's been trimmed a bit. I'm going to trim it some more so we can slide this over that bump in there, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Either I'm going to take this firewall out and smooth it, like just flat, or I don't know. It's a little buggered, so I don't think I'm going to do the old flip or do anything like that with it. We'll figure something out. We'll probably just rebuild everything. That's probably the easiest. And then up here, I don't know if he has a dash. If not, I'm going to modify, put something in here, something cool. And maybe back here we'll reuse whatever mounts this feller did back here, but we'll see. We will see. For now, we just got to get the body sitting square, to which from there we can actually make this plate and shorten up the frame. I dig it. Actually looks kind of cool, looking all funky. Just a big wedge. Anyways, I'm gonna start cutting some stuff out. think this tee's pretty cool. Right where it sits is not bad. Mind you, the back looks down more, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. We might channel it just to hide the frame, I'm thinking. But I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Trunk lid actually fits. I don't know what he was going to use for a hinge. Haven't figured that out, but for a homemade trunk, that's pretty good. Look at that. Better than a lot of the trunks I got. I just so would love to chop it more, but I don't know. Unfortunately, this thing, the kick is so stupid in the back. I have this spun tank that would fit perfect in there, but to use, I might cut that and bring it down. Like, that is just excessive with the amount of spring, everything. I outgrew doing that. So maybe we'll vamp the back. We will shorten up the front. I'm thinking actually, yeah, I think I was mentioning before, I'm just going to flatten this, smooth it straight flat. But everything looks to be in the right place, wheel-wise. Wheel to arch, you know, all that stuff. So I'm not sure which is the easiest way to go, because that kick almost looks right now. Like the mounts are sitting on the chassis though. So I don't know, there's something weird the way the frame tapers or the body. We might channel it just so I cover the frame. Switch then, whatever, I'll take those mounts off. We'll kind of drop it down. Like I say, it gets... Oh, it's probably because this is not quite where it's supposed to be. Anywho, this kick isn't bad. Oh, it's just too bad. I don't know if that spring would work under the front. You know what I mean? Like under the red. Nah, it doesn't work with the rest of it. Yeah, I don't know. I keep toying with this. Because I can just... I don't know if I have to touch anything here. This almost looks like it works. If anything, we'll cut the front and move it back. And... still that ugly spring perch though. But if we can get that wishbone back here, get this point over to here somewhere, that would correct this. Bring that spring where I'd like it to be. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll redamp the front. Maybe we'll leave this. Once you do this with some exhaust, I don't know if we just do some side exhaust. I'm not a fan of that. But I think if we ran this and did a side exhaust or something, that would just give the illusion the car's a little lower. And not take away any space from the inside of it. Honky gory. Or, no, that's not right. Honky dory? Alright. Well, I'm going to go in for supper. I think that's what we'll call it for now. Till later tonight. Then we'll fart with it some more. Cool. So this happened. Although I don't think there's anything wrong. I think the car's so quiet. I've never really heard a limited slip make noise though. And it's a combo of just the tires on the gravel and stuff, but oh, I don't know. I wasn't sure. I tore it apart. I can't see anything wrong inside of there. There's like no chipped teeth, nothing. Everything looks good. So we'll just chalk it up to being overly cautious. Not a problem. So I'm basically just going to put some fresh fluids in it and call it a day, I guess. I also noticing my back tires are wearing more than the front tires for some reason, so we're going to do a full rotation on those. I was going to order another set, but I can't get a similar set to these tires, so we'll throw them to the front. They're still good. We'll throw these ones in the back. It'll be okay. And just have to go dig around, find myself a spare tire for a Dakar for our road trip. And then we'll throw some tools in the trunk and whatever else, and we should be good to go. Anyways, yeah, can't find anything wrong. Wheel bearings seem good, everything seems good, so whatever. Overly cautious. But let's, I'm just going to smash this together quick, and then we'll drag the tee back in. Well, I'm starting to dig this thing. It's starting to change shape and do what I want it to do. Kind of neat. I've gotten rid of the excess length off the front, I feel. The bones are more in a place that I like. I would like them to be mounted a little lower, like just more parallel, because I don't like them going uphill. But it maybe just is what it is. I don't know. That's okay. Motor's good. It's back. It's a little tight, but a guy would still... I might just keep this points distributor in it, because you'll still be able to get it out with a flat firewall. So kind of okay with that. Motor's where it is. Steering box should work fine. I do want to bring the front of this down, but it's a little hit and miss with the rad. Maybe I'm going to try to source a smaller pulley and stuff like that, but like the rad has to be sunk into the frame to work, just to keep the hood height even. Well, there'll be no hood, but it looks really goofy when your rads are taller than your cowl. I don't like that. But this is okay. I don't know that it bugs me that the front end is like this. I might just take this perch off, turn it around, and then we can just use it as it was, kind of thing. Be dependent on whether the travel will work okay. The car I don't think is going to be very heavy, but I'm a little iffy on just this single plate. I'll probably be able to gusset into the arm a little bit, because I don't know, that just doesn't quite seem strong enough that it might flex or do something. So you seen me scab some plates on. These are not permanent. It's just so I can slide the motor and get a feel for where everything's going to be. That was kind of the idea behind that. But I'm liking where this is going. Like the overall shape of the car has gotten smaller. Like the front isn't so stretched out. It's got just more of a normal look. For some reason, when they're the suicide perch, the front of the cars just look way too long. It's not, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look like a hot rod where you just took the fenders off. It just starts getting long. Nothing wrong with that. The look I don't really dig. Personally, I'd like this more. Like this thing here should be like under wherever my radiator would be. But you could make a new bat wing and I could stick my spring out in the front. I can get my axle back where I want. I don't know yet if I'm going to change anything or I'll just rock it and leave it like this. I'm kind of okay with it. Like it is longer than I want, but I think if I do that, this front will be a little weird. Maybe I'll just do a channel across there so the spring, you know, can sit in there. Then I can get rid of all of this and just have some round rails in the front. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm going to ponder and think about it a little bit here, but I do know I got to bring the front of the cowl down a little bit, so then that affects how my rad sits. Because right now, if my rad is in here and it's flush to the bottom of the frame, it's kind of dead even with the cowl. So I might have to bring it down, which is okay. I mean, I can go down a little bit. That's not a problem. But I'm running out of room between here and my water pump. So I might have to try to source some short water pump pulleys because I need to do that. Just to get room for a fan. That'll be the idea. Because the motor in the end has no bushings or anything on it, so it's actually still going to come up more. So, yeah. Like I say, this doesn't bother me. If this thing was turned around, it would almost hold my spring perfectly. Even if I had to bring it back a wee bit. I just don't know how odd that would look in the front. Having this thing backwards. I don't think it would matter. And it would work. No denying it. It would work fine. I'll have to see. It's a whole bunch of work trying to cut that sucker out. Versus just making a new pad, but I don't think these spring perches are long enough to do anything besides holding that spring to this plate. We'll try it. What do we got to lose? I might just blitz this off so I can... Oh, it's all got to come off the front. Man, a new piece of pipe would be better. And now I'm babbling. All right, let's work on this front part and see if we can get this thing sitting on its suspension again. And we'll have to make a plate, or I'll just cut the tab off maybe and just buzz it in the back for now, just to kind of so everything stays where it's supposed to sit. Let's do that. All right, well, done a whole bunch of junk. I don't know where I filmed last. We took these perches off. Well, they were up here somewhere. I moved them down there, which kind of sucked everything back. I was okay with that. I just wasn't sure what I was going to do with this front spring yet. So I cut it off because I did not dig that suicide thing. We could have done a traditional where we have a cross member, but my rad is too big to sit on top of it. So I opted to take this out, flip it, go backwards, but I'm really mixed on it. Like, looks okay from here, but it looks like a tractor from the front for some reason. When I stare at it here, I just keep thinking I'm looking at a tractor for some reason. There's just this whole lot of junk in front of the rad. It's just not very pretty. Can't really hide it. It's kind of a weird setup. I just don't know what else to do with everything here. I don't know if I love it yet or not. I don't really know what else I can do. So I think I'm gonna play with this, see how this goes, if this is something I can use. I'm not 100% yet. I'm not going to weld anything final because I don't know if it's a permanent thing. Because if I make a cross member, I can do that. But it's just weird. I'm so used to having my rad sitting like that over the front axle. But as you can see, I have to channel my rad down. I have to suck my rad down so I can clear my hood. Well, the car's going to come down some more, but this can always go up and down. That doesn't bother me. But yeah, I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart with this. There's enough travel, it's fine, but I did have to space it. So I don't know if I flip this cross member, if I'd get the same spiel, but at least this way you have the option. You can put a block in here and raise the front if you need to. It's very confusing. I don't know where to go with this. All right, well, I don't like the cross member that I got. I'm looking for some 1.5 inch steel. I think I found some. I have to go collect it. I don't have, I want some 1.5 inch for the cross member, or for this other one I want to build, to which I will show you in a minute. But in my shopping spree, I found an old, whatever it is, like a slip-in for a truck, like a headache rack kind of thing. And the bars on it are 1.5 inches. So I'm going to cut a chunk out and we'll refit. I'll probably cut a plate on the table to for the spring to sit on. And then we'll see how I like the front end. Because then I can make some horns or something and maybe it'll be acceptable in my eyes. There we go. There's our prize. Well, I think that looks a lot better. I mean, it's still ugly, but not as bad. There's not a whole lot of bulk in the front. I had a set of frame horns that I was making for something else a long time ago. So I think I'll adapt them into here to finish off the front of the rails to kind of give it that just a nicer look than just bobbed rails. This is here, but whatever. It's not as intrusive as the other whole Jimmy rig thing that I had. With that said, a feller can just now, when I mount my license plate, at least it'll hide that ugliness and kind of look semi-normal in the front. These arms, I don't quite dig the arm in the front. This is only hit and miss though. I might try to flip them around and put the calipers to the front and see if this thing works out that it clears the rad, but I don't think so. As it is, the rad can go up a little bit, but I'm thinking this is where it's going to have to stay because I'm going to bring the body down a little bit more yet. I have to open it up for the drive shaft anyways, so I figure I'll channel it like 2 inches or 3 inches just to get the floor flat, if that makes sense. See right here, I did a little notch for the transmission, but I think in the end goal, I'm going to just kind of cut it here, and then we can make some side mounts off the side of the frame. And I kind of will just make the floor flat. So I'll channel it down just that much, which is whatever, 2 inches, maybe, something like that. Doesn't really drastically do anything, but I'm thinking I might actually maybe just buy a set of headers. Ugh. Thought of buying something, but buy some headers. They're going to come off. I'll probably do like a side pipe, but maybe continue my exhaust straight out the back. I'll go under the diff, and then I can kind of come out back here or something. Kind of the idea I'm thinking. But yeah, I don't know. I think the front's good. I'm going to fully burn this thing in, and then we'll kind of toy with these horns yet. I might play with spinning those around. I'll have to get some new bolts because these ones gave up there when I was tightening them down, so they're kind of dunsy. I might make another plate and then I can just use regular bolts. But anyways, I'm gonna finish burning all this junk in, and then we'll see where we're at. Well, look at that. I think it looks pretty good. It's still overly long for me, but I think it proportionally looks better now. Oops. It's a little more acceptable anyways. So what I did is I channeled the front 3 inches, but I've left the back up. Reason being is I kind of dig these tires, even though they're kind of shot, but I do like the way the tire just follows the wheel arch. I don't know, you can't really see, but it is there. It's almost like it's got to come up a little more, but I don't know. These probably won't be the tires I'll be running and stuff, but so inside we've kind of, you see me cut some of the bracing out. The back is sitting on the axle, or I should say the body is actually sitting on the axle right now, but that's all right. And then the front is channeled, so we got tons of room. I don't know if I'm going to worry about the kick, because I think the fuel tank will probably work if I can figure out my hinges, whatever we're going to do for this. I'm going to find out from my buddy what his plan was for the hinges. But anyways, the fuel tank does fit up there, not bad. There will be a bit of a package tray before the seat starts, so we should be okay. Motor's not bad. Transmission's got to come up. That'll just get our distributor enough clearance out of there, so we'll be okay there. The rad, not bad. I'm gonna have to fork up for some pulleys because I'm just gonna run the short water pump, be done with it. Part of me is like feeling like ponying up the dough to get I want to get the classic style roadster headers. So like the T-bucket headers, normally they come out and they do this weird zigzag. I don't like that. The classic ones, they're just long tubes. They come and they stick out. They're a little excessively long, because from what I'm looking at it, they're going to be like 13 inches out, like crazy too far out. So whatever. I looked on Jegs and I don't know, they're like the best price. So I'll see what other little bits I need to order from Jegs, like probably my pulleys and a few things. But anyways, I figure I'll buy the cheapest ones, you know, because the chromes are super expensive. I'll probably get just the painted ones, to which then I can cut and I'll bring it in. So I can get the classic style, but I want to bring it so it just comes down, and then I can kind of run my exhaust down and under, out the back. Right, bud? Yes, sir. That's what we're going to do. So I can't do too much more because the front, I need to get some steel. So I think this is what it is here. I think it looks better. Still not 100%, but it's acceptable as far as I'm concerned. It'll be all right. What else do we got? I don't know. The steering will be okay. I think I'm actually going to raise the box up a little bit when I do it. Like it'll probably sit, well, whatever, as long as it clears the headers. But if I get it up, then it'll get this geometry will be right. Right now it's kind of pushing uphill, which I think will be okay, but I think if I raise it up, it's going to be like more of a straight shot going to this steering arm up here. So the rad seems good. I got to make some little doodads down there for that. And then we got to start doing some fabbing. The firewall, make some mounts, do some stuff like that. But I guess that's about all I can do for now. So I think that's where I'm going to leave this one. I want to thank you folks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.